Hello, everybody.
Allow me to present myself. My name is Andrew Coolman, and
I've decided I'm going to start this new thing called the Cool Man Review.
so what got me started on this? Well, a little thing called the
MCU. I love this universe. It is interesting. It is exciting. You get all of these great characters.
You get gods, you get mortals,
You get beasts.
you get everything. You get a talking raccoon and a talking tree. But before the release of Infinity War, I decided I want to review every single MCU movie there has been.
So, let's start with a little backstory. In 2008, the MCU took one of the biggest risks of their life. They went up to the craps table at the casino, rolled the dice, and they got a big success. And that big risk was Iron Man.
So,
What's the plot for the few people that have not seen it? Okay, basically like this. Billionaire Tony Stark
is
has a weapons company.
and he sells them to all over the world. And then one day when he gets captured by the Ten Rings, which is a group kind of like I look at it as like
A terrorist group, a fictional like terrorist group,
I could be wrong about that.
and he sees that his weapons are not being used for good.
He sees that his weapons
Are destroying. And so he decides he is going to escape and he is going to change his ways and use his technology for good. And that is the plot of Iron Man. And what a movie this is. You get Robert Downey Jr., a great actor who was kind of in a slump. He wasn't in any movies until Marvel came along, gave him the break of his life to be in the MCU. To big success for him. He's not known as Robert Downey Jr. anymore. He is known as Tony Stark and Iron Man. He is to Iron Man and Tony Stark as Daniel Craig is to James Bond. And he's perfect in this role. He's got a moral center, and I love that you can clearly see, even though he's kind of a dick and a jerk and kind of a wise ass,
he's got a heart. And you see that on full display in this movie. And what I love, he knows what he wants to do. Even though
everybody's telling him opposite, he's sticking to his guns.
And I love that.
Also, we have, going to my holy book of notes, Jeff Bridges as Obadiah. Now, this is a great villain. A lot of people say the MCU villains are very lackluster and not interesting. I agree with you guys too with a lot of them.
But I found this guy to be really good for the first villain.
He was a very simple villain. And for the first movie, that's what you want. Simple villain. He wants to basically take his technology and use it for bad. He wants to continue to make weapons despite what Tony Stark says. And I love that.
You get to see more of his character. What I hate in movies is when you have a villain whose plan is so complex, it takes you forever to understand it.
This guy, basically, right from the start what his plan is, so you have more time to see him as an actual human being. And also you have Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts.
Her and Tony in this movie have really good chemistry. You can believe that she worked for Tony Stark. You can tell that they've known each other
For a while. And you can see there's a little bit of sexual tension between them. And it's on full display in this movie. And it is terrific. All of their witty quips to one another, great. I just love the scene where they're at the party and he's dancing with her. And he sees no problem with it and she's all nervous. And he has no problem with it.
I love that.
I cannot wait to see her character grow in other movies. Also, we get introductions to Phil Coulson. I really enjoy this character. I also watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's awesome. He's a know-it-all that everybody likes. And also in this movie, I can't forget about Christine Everhart. Christine Everhart. Now this is my first time for rewatching all of these movies, so I do not know if she appears in other ones, but I hope she does. I really liked her character, and I hope that she can grow a little bit more.
Because to me, she's more than a one-night stand to Mr. Tony Stark.
At least in my eyes, she can be more. Now, what is bad about this movie? It is a little more slow for an MCU movie, but maybe that's because I'm so used to movies like The Avengers and Civil War and Black Panther. But for a first movie, it does everything that it needs to do perfectly. It sets up the character,
Sets up the universe, and gets you ready for more.
and that end credit scene, that is a cinematic moment. That's up there with
Luke, I am
your father. In my eyes, at least. So, to sum it all up, great introduction to the MCU, fun characters, likable characters, but a tad bit slow at times, but I understand it because they need to set up
the MCU, and this is like their starting point. Oh, and need I forget about
Terrence Howard as Rhodey. I need to see the other ones, but I prefer the other guy. I forget his name right now, but I will worry about that when the time comes. So I will need to watch some other movies with the other guy in it to know if I prefer Terrence Howard or him. So that's my review of Iron Man.
I will be back with another review sometime soon.